Hello everyone and welcome to kind of a special video, this time from our survival server, and it isn't a progress update or a server tour, but kind of a showcase. And as you can see in the background, that's actually the project I want to show you today. And as you can probably tell, it's a Quarry. Looking down, it's already made quite some progress. And why do I do a showcase on survival now about a Quarry? This is actually a Quarry I and Roby helped designed right after Mango released his double layer Quarry, and we thought we can do a little better because he had quite some flaws in his Quarry, like not handling falling blocks, and you need to dig some blocks below after the Quarry's finished. The whole perimeter, and also you would need TNT tubing and anything. We actually improved quite a lot, and it's not really improved, we built it from scratch. I never actually looked at Mango's Word download or whatever. It's we completely redesigned it, and I always wanted to do a video in creative showing off the Quarry, but I never had any time, or always replay mod crashed. And that's why I will just do a showcase in survival now. And I think I will just put a short time lapse and kind of a showcase thingy, so we can see it a little bit better, how it actually works and what functions it has. And I would say we see you right after that. Alright, you have seen the time lapse, and now I actually wanted to talk about the difference between Mango's and our Quarry. It actually isn't the speed or whatever, it's exactly the same speed, but there are many different things we improved or designed different in his Quarry. For example, we can just test it out. The flying machines are coming in. We actually have these, we also harvest 2 layers at once, just like Mango's Quarry, but in a different shape. So we actually have pistons below and slime blocks above. So the bottom row of blocks will get harvested by these pistons and pulled back, and the top with these slime blocks. And that actually makes sure we can always also harvest gravity affected blocks. I just put some sand here, the end is quite a bad dimension to test it on. And there was a lag spike, but I hope you could see it. The bottom pistons actually retract this block first, and the slime blocks retract the top block. And then when the bottom pistons extend again and want to grab this block, the top block actually falls down and is in an entity form and gets deleted, like pushed by the piston, and gets deleted pretty much, and it drops as an item. So like that we harvest the falling blocks, and it actually has also another side effect. Because we have pistons there, we can actually mine down to layer Y5, so right down to bedrock in the overworld or in the nether, for example. So it won't stick to anything at the bottom, and we also have it like upside down compared to Mango's Quarry. We do not have the unloading stations below, but above. So in the overworld you wouldn't need to dig anything after you build up the quarry, just 2 trenches at that side and for the return stations, and that's it. Then you can just run it, and it will also harvest any diamonds or the lava below and whatever. So that's actually also quite an improvement in my opinion, because quarries are really fast. They've gone quite developed quite a bit in the last few months, but the thing always is you need to dig below first or after the quarry finished, and that's really annoying in my opinion. And this can actually harvest down to Y5 and you don't need to dig anything. Then a different thing we have, let's just go up. Downloading is also was quite tricky because it's quite hard to see. And the flying machines go down and go up again, and then here you can see the unloading station. We actually first harvest 1 block of the 2 layers that gets retracted by these double piston extenders, and pull it up with a double piston extender and then push it away. And then the same happens with the second block of the double layer, and for that we actually have the extenders at the top to place the block at the same position the first layer was in. So we just, in theory, the block is at the left side of the slime block, but we just push it over, retract it, and put it in again. And then when the flying machine goes down, the triple piston extenders will trigger again, and it will push the blocks out in the exact same way. So that actually was an idea Roby came up with. It's pretty nice. You can do it like that. It also makes it easier for the other thing we have right there. I will show you in a second. So it's quite fast too if you're harvesting the first few layers, so it doesn't slow it down by much. And it's also lag friendly. Really make sure to use no redstone dust just in the clock we have here. It's kind of a big redstone mess, but only triggers like once per layer or whatever. It's quite okay. Then we hopped onto the other side, and that's actually something we added 1 month later after we designed this quarry, and that's this conveyor. So we push the blocks out right here into a 4 game tick conveyor. So this actually moves the blocks you harvest, like 4 game ticks per block, so that's 5 blocks per second out. And if we just go to the end, we actually have a 1 by 1 stream of blocks going out within this. Right now it started, as you can see. Triggering every 4 game ticks, and this is actually quite easy to handle. Just make some smart pistons and it will go further and further and will get destroyed by the wood as we have there. And if we just go, maybe we can still see it, how the block grabbers work. Now the flying machines are down. I grabbed all the blocks, and now we can actually see the triple piston extenders in action. That's quite some precise timings, and like Spike. It's actually not that laggy, but the conveyor is. As you can see, triple piston extenders, and they will pull up, and at the top the block will get pushed over and in the same position the other block was in. And then when it's going down, the triple piston extender triggers in the same way and pushes them out. And for game tick conveyor, it's running again, and to transport all the blocks over to the wither cage we have here. And in 1.12 it's actually, as you've seen in the server tour, quite tricky to get wither cage working, but this time we have quite a consistent input, so it's not that bad. But we needed 2 withers to make it fully work. We had 1 wither in first and it didn't work really, because you can't make sure that you don't have block 36 in when the wither is damaged. And now we have 2 withers in, 1 triggered instant and 1 triggered 4 chem ticks later, and that makes sure that we destroy all the blocks. And we can also take a look at the return stations. We have these observers right here that the flying machines push over by 1 and then return, like that. And when the flying machines hit the end, they will trigger this thing that's actually copied from Mango's Quarry. So we go down twice, and some other flying machines will bring back the observers to the other side again, and the next layer will start. And yeah, that's actually the different to Mango's Quarry. So yeah, we have the block conveyor and also we can harvest falling blocks and take down to Y5. Also, if you would really want to build that in the nether, it requires less blocks to dig at the top and at the side trenches too. So I really try to compact everything as far as I could. And well, it's kind of, yeah, you might be asking why we built this and not like let's say Pala's Quarry or whatever. And there are 2 main reasons for it. The first reason is we don't use TNT tubing on our server or any tubing bug except for Ender Dragon eggs. And the second reason is, yeah, this is actually, we designed it our own and I know how it works, and that's why I built it up on survival, because this will be the first and probably the last quarry we will ever build. In the nether and the overworld, it's a little bit better to dig by hand, and that's why we built it here. So it's not wasted time, because the quarry actually took quite a while to design, like 50 hours or whatever, and we just wanted to run it once on survival. And that's the second reason. I know it's not the fastest or whatever anymore, but I think it's quite nice, especially with the block conveyor, so it's not related to any bug or whatever. It's pretty nice. And now we will just wait another, I don't know how long it takes. Oh yeah, the conveyor actually slows it down a bit. Without the conveyor, the whole end would take around 4 days. And with the conveyor it takes like 6 or whatever. But that's mainly because it's quite small. If you have like a perimeter that's 300 by 300, it wouldn't slow it down by much, because most of the time the flying machines take longer than the conveyor moves the blocks. Alright. I hope you enjoyed it. It's quite a short video this time, but I think it was worth to show it. So we actually put quite some work in this quarry some time ago. So hope you liked it. Please give some feedback in the comments, and see you next time. Bye.